This is Tracy from GiftBasketappeal, and I've got a ton of envelopes here that have come from junk mail, getting bills, and I am determined to turn this into something beautiful. So let's get started. If you look on the inside of these envelopes, I mean, you can use the white side, but if you ever look on the inside, there's these beautiful patterns. Let me just show you. Here's one that's in blue, right on the inside. It's got these beautiful patterns. So to me, anything can be turned into something else, and I thought, what can I make out of these? No one wants to receive bills, but hey, we could still turn them into something beautiful. So I just looked at the different patterns that came inside of these, and I thought to myself, I'm going to make something out of it. And even on the inside of a lot of these, it says, please recycle. So we're gonna recycle these by turning them into something and using them in your paper crafting. So what I did was I cut out a bunch of circles, and all I did was I used my circle punch. And so I just went to town on these. Just started cutting out a bunch of the circles, as many as I can use. And then I'll probably use some of the other pieces for scraps. Let's see. And so sometimes you just have to challenge yourself to see if you can make something out of something else. Because no one wants to receive bills in the mail. But if you're going to receive them, why not make something nice? Okay, so let's see. So I've got all of these circles here. And I thought, you know what? I can make some flowers out of these. So that's what I'm going to do. I figured this is something that everyone must have. And if you don't have a hole punch, you can use a circle of something. You can take maybe some kind of round bottle and just place it on your paper, trace it around, and cut it out too. So you don't have to have a hole puncher. So even though I'm punching out a bunch of these, I may not use all of them. Okay, so I'm gonna, and I've been cutting a bunch of these this morning just so that I would have enough to do this project. Okay, so now I do have to make my flower, and you may have seen me make these flowers before, but I just want to show you that you can make them using whatever paper you want. I did use a circle punch, and I cut out some of these circles from the cereal boxes. So we're recycling like everything. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my art glitter glue. But before I do that, I'm going to fold these circles in half on the side with the pattern. Just like that. And if you haven't seen my other video where I make these pinwheel flowers, I will post that below for you so you can take a look at that. So you're just going to fold all of these in half. So I'm going to go ahead and finish folding these in half, and I'll show you what we're going to do with them. Okay, so for these pinwheel flowers, I forgot to mention that you're going to need about 9 of these. And that just helps you form your petals for your flower. And so what I normally do is I mark it in the middle here. Doesn't have to be exact. And then what I do is I start to glue on my petals. That simple. And you can make a ton of these. Just have to let my glue come out here. Okay, so you just need a little bit of glue. And you just start placing it down towards the center. Just like that. And then you go under it just a little bit and put some on the outside also, just a little bit underneath, because you're going to take this one and you're going to put it right underneath there, still lined up on that edge, right where that little dot is, and that forms the petals. Now if you want them closer together, you can do that. You just have to place them closer. But we're going to try to get all 9 of these on here. And these are so fun to make. This is a great way to make a bunch of flowers for your other crafty items. If you're doing cards, or you're doing gift tags, or you're doing some type of cover for your journals, you can use these too. And if you want, you can lay them flat also. Okay, so I want this one to be in a little bit more. And this glue sticks really fast, so you got to make sure you place it exactly where you want it. Okay, see how we're forming our petals here. And I'm just a little bit of overlapping right underneath, just a little bit. I love this stuff. It dries very quickly and it dries clear. And no one would really know that this was the inside of an envelope. Just pressing that down a little bit. See how that's going? Yep. It's looking good. And you don't even have to tell anyone that this was the inside of an envelope. But I bet if you tell them, they'd be really fascinated. And look at that. Now you have a pinwheel. Now I'm going to add a center to it. And I've got some gems here. I think the red would look nice on there. Right in the center there. I don't know, there's something about black, white, and red that looks really good. Okay, and look at that. You've created something beautiful from your bills, okay? So look how cute that is. Okay, I'm going to show you another idea. Okay, so what if you took that some of those envelopes, let me see if I can find one here, and you decided you wanted to make a flower. I did this one already on a different pattern paper, but you can do it on so many different, you can stamp it. Take one of your stamps and just stamp it right onto the paper. And this is what I mean. I'm going to take one of the stamps from May Made It, and I really like this flower stamps. You know how I just absolutely love flowers. And so I'm going to take the stamp, let's see, this one in particular, and I'm just going to stamp it right onto this and see what it looks like. So it's really a fun project to do, because you just don't know really the outcome, and I kind of like stuff like that, where I've kind of got it figured out, but not really. It's kind of that mindless crafting. And right now you can't really see it on here as much, but when I cut it out, you'll really be able to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is what it looks like once I have it all cut out. You really couldn't see it when I stamped it on here, but once I cut it out, it just has much more definition. Now for me, I need to have a little bit more color in here. So I'm going to just kind of follow through these patterns right here with a little bit of red. No, I like this red and black combination, red, black, and white. So I'm just going in between these little grooves right here. And I'm using this is a Signo Uniball gel pen in red. So I really love these. I love the red and the white. Okay, so I'm just filling in the middle of my flower. And if I wanted, I could go ahead and trace around it. I think I'm gonna just kind of do a little bit more definition around there in black. And the stamp set that I stamped from is the Sunflower Wishes stamp set, just so that you know, but I will post it below for you. Okay, and see, just adding that little bit in, I'm just going around the edges basically with the artwork that's already there and just making more definition. And so now I've created a unique flower that's going to be like no other one. Okay, so once I'm done with that, we can add this to some type of gift tag. So let's go ahead and make one. So I can take this and cover it. Let's see, cover my gift tag with one of these. Let's see if this would, I want something that will, where it will show up. And to me, it won't show up enough on there. Y'all are learning along with me in real time. Kind of like that one. See what other patterns we have here. Kind of liking this. Has a little bit of a gray to it. Well, let's see what happens. So I am going to, let's move some of this other stuff out of the way here. So this is actually a cutout from a cereal box. So no need to go out and buy any. You can trace your own template. And then I just cut a bunch of these out. So I always have a lot of these on hand. It's a great way to upcycle or recycle all of your stuff. Your cereal boxes, popcorn boxes, Pop-Tart boxes. It's just so many of them. So I always cut these up and keep a bunch in my stash. Okay, so let's see what we want to do with this. Actually, I need to put this on the wrong side, which is the white part. And I did actually mess up on a gift tag I was working on earlier, but guess what? It still worked out. And I'll show you what that one looks like at the end. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my permanent crafter's tape. And I'm going to put it on here. The artwork facing down. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut it right out. And don't be afraid to experiment. Different colors, different patterns. Because remember what I usually say in my videos is don't think about it too much. Just do it. And look how pretty. I like the way the black kind of comes out, brings it out even more. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace around this just because. And if you want to cover both sides, you can. I'm just going to cover the one side, but I could cover both sides because I have a lot of this paper. And I'm sure today, as more mail comes in, I'll have even more now. It's going to get me looking at my bills a little bit differently. So don't be afraid to take your junk mail and turn it into something beautiful. Okay, let me punch a hole in this. And I went over the edge there, but that's okay. I'm going to be using something else here. So I can put that right there. Okay, we need some red though. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here because I don't want to be thinking about this too much. I just want my creativity to just flow. And the only way for that to happen is to not think about it. Okay, so look how pretty that looks. Just love different patterns. And now I'm going to take my pen here and I'm going to make my little stitching around here. If I feel like doing polka dots, then I just do polka dots. And I have to tell you, this is fun. Challenging yourself to make something out of something that's not that beautiful or not beautiful at all. Those are my favorite projects. The ones that are already figured out for you, I'm okay with those. But the ones that you just have to figure it out for yourself and put it all together, those are my all-time favorites. And so even if I wanted to use this at some point on another tag, just like that, look how pretty that looks. Now you've got another decoration. So you just have to play around with it and see what you like. I am really liking the way this is shaping up. Okay, so we need to put a little message on there. And let me go into my little I've got my stuff here with all my little messages. See what we can find. I always have enough things cut out just in case. Just in case. For moments like these. Got the thanks on there. I like the thinking of you because whenever I give a gift out, it's nice to just attach something that says thinking of you. No reason at all. Just the fact that I'm thinking about you. The green one, let's see. Okay, so I have one somewhere, and rather than have you watch this process of me looking for it, you see all of the stuff I have here. I'm going to go ahead and find that, and we'll stamp one out, and I'll come back and we'll finish off our tag. Okay, so I found a thinking of you that has red in it, so this was meant to be. And I'm going to give it an outline because I think it needs it. Okay, so that stands out perfectly, and it goes with our black and white and red theme. And then if you wanted to, if I want, I can add more on there. I think I'm going to do it just like this. Yep. And I'm going to mount this just to give it a little bit more. I'm using some 3D foam squares, and these are really good. I love these. And these I got from Maymay's store. But as usual, I will make sure I post everything for you. And I think it'll be nice to give this some dimension. For some reason, I like stuff to be kind of off kilter. I don't know what it is, but it just, I don't know. It just, to me, it's just unique and different. Look how pretty that looks. And I'm going to get some twine here. Just use a little bit of twine here for the tag. And this is just Dollar Tree twine that I'm using. And it needs one more thing. Let's see, I'm going to do some, get more of these. since we're already in that polka dot theme. Little dots on there. These are perfect. One right in here. One right here. And one over in this corner right there. Okay, and look at that. So cute. And let me show you some of the other things that I made. I made another gift tag, and let me just show you what I did with that one. This one actually is from the same stamp set. These two are the same exact stamp, but you see how different they look just by using the different patterns on there. Same exact stamp, using that flower stamp. Who would know that how unique each one could be? And I just went with little dots in the middle here. I outlined it, used a different paper envelope, and I actually, this was an accident. I didn't mean to do it, but I ended up using the white side of the envelope because I put it on the wrong side, but that's okay because I still got to use up some paper, still got to recycle some paper and use it to make something beautiful. And so look, you got two gift tags. That white, black, and red for some reason goes so well. I did pop some more of these on there, these little gems, and I think these are the ones I got from Dollar Tree, these little red gems. And so I've had those for a while, and I thought I'd use them up. And then I did some stitching around the edges, because you know I love to do the stitching. So look how pretty that looks. And then I think I'm going to do another gift tag later on and add this one to it also. And here are some more. Now these I did with using the blue envelopes. That's the inside. I did some stitching around it. Look how pretty. I popped a pearl on that one. Another one of those red gems. This one I put a sequin on it, used two different envelopes, same pattern but different colors. So you can see that. So there's so many different ideas. Let me know what you would do with these because I've got a lot. Post your comments below and let me know what you would do with these envelopes, what other creative ideas we can come up with, and maybe I can do another video on that. But look how pretty that is. I'm thinking I can do the same thing by using this background, this same kind of paper, to do a card. Who says you can't throw it on a card, make a mini card for someone and stamp it, you know, just stamp it up and just have fun with it. So I hope this inspired you. I hope it was really helpful to you. Just another way to use what you already have and use some of that junk mail. So please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I just absolutely love, love, love sharing all of these ideas with you. Go ahead and post some of your ideas below. I'm looking to see what else we can do with these envelopes because I still have a lot. Look at this. That's just stuff falling over. I still have a lot. So now when the junk mail comes in, my husband's going to be like, oh my goodness, don't tell me you're going to use those. He knows that look in my eye like, yeah, let's see what we can make out of these. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you real soon. Bye.